Who are the 12 Zodiacs in Hunter x Hunter? Well, the Zodiacs are an elite group of Nen users that were handpicked by Isaac Netero that have significant influence over the association. The group's origin lies in Netero's vision to create a cohesive and diverse body of individuals capable of steering the association through complex challenges. Each member's codename is inspired by the 12 symbols of the Chinese zodiac, so they're all animal-based. And each person was given their name based on their abilities and their personality. Netero originally founded the Zodiacs to maintain order and ensure the association's adaptability in a rapidly changing world. Their primary purpose is to act as the leading governing body of the Hunters Association to make critical decisions and organize operations. Because of how keen Netero was, he was able to pick a very diverse and capable group of Nen users. They have a wide range of skills, ideologies, and perspectives, which ensure a balanced governance. Now, let's run through all of the members of the Zodiacs, of which there are 14 past and present, 12 current, 2 past. Now, we don't know the Nen abilities for most of the members of the Zodiacs, but we do know that all of them were a former sparring partner with Isaac Netero, so they are very capable with Nen and very powerful. They're definitely not on Netero's level per se, some of them might be, we'll never know, but they are at least able to keep up with him in a fight, which, I mean, Netero's on another level, so each of these people is incredibly powerful. Now, the only two that never actually sparred with Netero are Leorio and Kurapika, but I firmly believe that with enough time, both of them would be at a very high level of Nen potency and capable of keeping up with Netero, at least for a little while. Starting off, we have Cheadle, who is the current chairman of the Hunters Association and is the dog of the Zodiacs. Now, I don't really know how you say this guy's name, but I'm just going to call him Mizai. He's the Ox Zodiac, and he is a crime hunter, and his Nen ability is based on restricting movement and dismissing people, so kind of like a cop would have Nen abilities. So he can freeze people, he can dismiss them, or he can make them stop what they're doing. Kanzai is the Tiger Zodiac, and he has a very loud personality, very angry, which is representative of a tiger. There's also Pion, who is the Rabbit Zodiac. Gel, who is the Snake Zodiac, who has the ability to turn her arm into a snake. We don't really know what it does or why she would want to do that, but we know that it can happen because we've seen it. There is Sacho, who is the Horse Zodiac, and Jinta, who is the Sheep Zodiac. Next, we have Sayu, who is the Monkey, and he is also a mole working for Beyond Netero. We do know some about his Nen ability. We know that he can conjure a staff that he can adjust the length, so he can have a 1-foot long staff or a 12-foot long staff, and that is his primary weapon of choice. We can assume he is a conjurer because he conjures the staff, but he also has another ability called 3 Monkeys. Now, the 3 Monkeys ability is actually really cool and is honestly probably one of my favorite Nen abilities, just based on the little amounts that we've read about it. Basically, if each monkey successfully lands a hit on the opponent, then the opponent will be stripped of their sight, their hearing, and their speech, which renders them almost completely mentally incapable. Like, unless you're Daredevil, you are going to be severely lacking, and you don't even have your hearing either. Then there's Cluck, who is the Chicken Zodiac, and she has bird manipulation. We assume she is a manipulator based on how powerful this one ability is, but we don't know for sure. She can somehow communicate and control birds, and she can do this on a very massive scale because she was able to send pigeons to every single hunter in the entire world with a message, so she is a very good Nen user. There's also Botobi, or Botobi, I'm not sure how you say his name, and he is the Dragon Zodiac. Then we have the 2 newest members of the Zodiacs who we are all quite familiar with. We have Leorio and Kurapika. Leorio is the Boar Zodiac and he replaced Jing, and Kurapika is the Rat Zodiac who replaced Pariston. And obviously we're familiar with both of their Nen abilities. If you want a full explanation on Kurapika's, I just posted a video not too long ago discussing his entire range of abilities, so the video is linked right above me. And Leorio's ability is Emission, and it is based on basically teleporting punches or just teleporting hand movements, because Jing replicated the ability and explained that Leorio probably developed that ability to go into people's bodies as a doctor and remove tumors or cancer or things like that, basically doing things that surgery cannot. So Leorio can teleport his hands more or less. Then we have the past members of the Zodiacs. We have Pariston and Jing. We don't know anything about their Nen abilities, although we do know that Jing is incredibly powerful with Nen and that he can pretty much replicate any ability based on hand movement or punching. He can just do it on his own. It's just a talent. It has nothing to do with his actual Nen ability. He's just good like that, which is freaking obnoxious. Both of them are currently working for Beyond Netero. Jing is the number 2 of the group, and Pariston is technically also the number 2. It's kind of complicated. Pretty much Jing just wanted the title, but Pariston actually still has the authority. But because Jing has kind of gained the respect of all those people, they pretty much treat him as the real number 2. Now, the Zodiacs are all divided into distinct political factions based on their beliefs. Payan, Sayu, and Cluck all advocate for reforms within the association and are a little bit more liberal-leaning. There is also the conservative faction, which consists of Jinta, Cheadle, Mizai, and Botabai, who primarily prioritize balance and stability. There is a third group that consists of Gel, Kanzai, and Sacho, which is much more left-leaning than the original three. Now, this is of course missing Pariston and Jing, and this is because Mizai, while he was labeling each one into each group, he excluded those two because of their very unique beliefs. According to Mizai, Pariston is an extreme left patriot because his actions are just so unpredictable, they can't really put him inside of a box. Pretty much Pariston is just so self-serving that he just kind of does whatever he wants, and then he just called Jing an absolute idiot. And Jing is essentially the same thing as Pariston, he also just does whatever he wants. But how the two of them go about getting whatever it is that they want does tend to differ. The 12 Zodiacs are organized into 4 different teams right now that all have a specific function while on the Black Whale 1 headed to the Dark Continent. There's the Science team, which is led by Cheadle and also has Jill and Leorio as members, and this team focuses on medical care and disease control, ensuring the safety and health of personnel during missions on the Dark Continent. There is the Flora or Fauna team, which consists of Cluck and Ginta. On this team, Cluck and Ginta lead efforts to gather intelligence on plants and wildlife, crucial for survival and exploration in the unknown territories that the Dark Continent will undoubtedly provide. Then there is the Intelligence team, consisting of Kurapika, Mizai, Payan, and Sacho. This team handles background checks, information gathering, and language analysis, ensuring preparedness for contact with new civilizations. And then there is the Defense team, which consists of Botabai, Kanzai, and Sayu, and they oversee security and develop defense strategies, collaborating with the Intelligence team to ensure safety during the missions. So that's essentially all we know about the 12 Zodiacs as a large collective. They are all currently on the Black Whale 1. This includes Pariston and Jing, who are no longer members of the 12 Zodiacs. What you need to know is they are all incredibly powerful Nen users and are very capable people overall. They have been instrumental in this arc of Hunter x Hunter as well as the Chairman Election arc, so expect to see a lot more of them in the future. Now, my favorite member of the 12 Zodiacs would be Jing, but since he's not a current member, I would say it's Leorio. But since Leorio is just a new member, I would say Sayu. Because his ability is just really cool. I think his design is one of the cooler ones. I wouldn't say it's the coolest, because Botabai's is very cool, Cheadle's is great, Mizai's is great, but I just like his overall persona, the way he acts, and again, the Three Monkeys ability is very cool. Also, I think it's pretty cool that he's working with Beyond, which means he's going to be a much more prevalent character in the future. So I hope you learned something in this video. If you have any questions, please drop them down below in the comments, and I'd be happy to answer them in a future video or just in a response comment. Thank you so much for watching all the way till the end of the video. It really does mean a lot to me, like truly from the bottom of my heart. I know a lot of YouTubers say stuff like that, and they probably also mean it too, because YouTubing can take a good bit of work, so I really appreciate it that you watch all the way till the end. If you could find it in your heart to subscribe, I would deeply appreciate it, but if you don't want to, that's totally okay. I understand. But yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.